Hey guys, if you're looking for companies that are always hiring, you definitely want to check out this video. And even though we're going through a pandemic right now, they still say they're hiring, so you want to act fast. But before we go ahead and get into that, if you're looking for a job, I want to show you my favorite tips on how you can make a nice income and work on your own terms. So hit that like button and let's get started. I'm a big believer in learning a skill that others don't know how to do or want to do. You master that so people can outsource their services to you, where you can make a nice amount of money and work on your own terms. Now I'm going to use myself as an example. But first of all, hey, my name is Whitney Bonds, and I created the website Tried and True Mom Jobs. And I'm completely self-taught. And just by creating my website, I've acquired so many skills that I can charge a lot of money for my services now. For example, like creating a website. I charge $1,000 for helping other people create their websites. I'm just buying a pre-built theme and customizing it to their liking. So all that back-end complicated CSS stuff, you don't have to learn that. I don't know any of that. You just buy a theme from websites like themeforest.net, and then you customize it to your client's liking. As long as you have all the content and everything that you need, like the logos and just some direction from them, you can create a website in like 2 to 3 days. And that's what I do. And I can do that for $1,000 by by creating websites. And I do that because I've learned how to do it by first doing it myself. And I also learned how to write articles that rank on Google, which is also known as SEO, search engine optimization. Now that is huge because so many people don't understand how it even works. And I had no idea how it worked before either. It was like all Greek to me. Like, how do you get your articles to rank on Google? But I figured it out. I learned how to do it. And now I have a video on how I write my articles to rank on Google for free, that if you want to check it out. So if you just learn how to do it yourself, you can charge for those services and become an SEO consultant and charge $100 to $300 per hour. And I also get traffic to my website from Pinterest. So I could become a Pinterest manager and charge $300 plus per client if I wanted to get more work. Just because I know how to use Pinterest now, because I learned how to do it myself first. And I've done a whole video series on how to get traffic to your website from Pinterest. So you can check it out too. I'll put the links in the description below. But you can learn these skills and then charge for them. I don't have the time to do this as a business because I have a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old. I'm pregnant right now, due any day, and I just don't have the time. And I make enough money for my website already. So I'm just sharing these things with you because I can't do them, so you can if this is something that you want to do. But if you don't even want to go ahead and create a website and do the things that I'm talking about, you don't have to. I wrote an article on 11 skills you can learn at home to drastically increase your income. So if you want to learn some different skills, I highly recommend to check out that article that I'll put in the description below, where you can find out what are some of the things that you can do and how much you can earn. If you already do have skills that you haven't acquired, definitely check out websites like Upwork. That's where I got my first job before I even created my website. And there are a couple factors that I think was the reason that I was able to get my first job. So these are the things to consider if you're looking for jobs on Upwork. I highly recommend to look for a project that has very low competition. So if they only have like 5 or 10 proposals sent in, go for those and act fast, especially if it's a job that you're the right fit for or you think you're the right fit for, because they can go fast and you want to definitely get to the top of the pile. I also offered my services for free for the first week just to ease the client's mind and hire me because I didn't have any reviews or anything like that already to really vouch for me and my work. So I think that is the reason I was able to get my first job, because she didn't have to pay me for the first week. So it was a nice trial period. And so she did like me and she hired me, and then she paid me for the first week anyway for that I offered to give to her for free. So I highly recommend to do that, especially if you don't have any reviews or any recommendations. So those are some tips if you want to find work on Upwork. Now let's get to the part of the video where you'll find out the companies that are always hiring. So the first company that we have on this list is a company called Boldly, and they were recently known as Worldwide 101, but they must have been acquired recently and changed their name. Now this is a staffing company that matches people in North America and Europe. And they match people who are executives and founders with remote staff like executive assistants, paralegals, social media marketing managers, or project managers. Now, if you fit one of those positions, definitely recommend applying for this, but you must first have at least 7 years of experience. And if you live in the United States, you do need to live in at least 23 of the states that they require. I'm not sure why they require you to live in these 23 states, especially if the work is all remote, but that's just one of the requirements. So I do have a list of all the states that they are that you have to live in that I'll put in the description below before, so you can know before you can even apply if this is something that you can do. So on Glassdoor, they have a 4.8 out of 5-star rating. So this is a really good company to work for, and the pay starts at $20 per hour, or that's at least what I've seen on Glassdoor. So definitely consider applying to this job because it seems like they have a great reputation, that people enjoy working for them, and if you even review the comments on Glassdoor, everyone is just kind of raving about how great this company is. So it seems like a great work from home opportunity, and they are always hiring. So the next companies that I always see hiring are companies like VIP Kid, Magic Ears, EF Teaching, Q Kids. These companies hire people in the United States or in Canada, teach kids in China how to speak English. Now this is a pretty cool job because they already provide you with all the lesson plans, but you just have to teach them to the kids in a fun way so they can to help them learn how to speak English. Some of the requirements for this job is that you have to be a resident of the United States or Canada. You have to have your bachelor's degree, but it can be in any subject. It does not have to be teaching. And you have to have at least 1 year of teaching experience. Now, they're very lenient when it comes to teaching experience because that could be anything from mentoring, tutoring. If you go to church and you help out in the children's department, that's also a form of teaching that is acceptable. So if you meet those requirements, I highly recommend applying for this job because of the difference in the time range with China and where we live. You're either working early mornings or late at night. So it does not interfere with your daily routine. And the most hours that people work are just like 3 hours a day. And you can make up to $26 per hour. And I did a full review of the companies that I just mentioned, and I'm going to put that article in the description below so you can either decide to apply to one of those or all of them. It's totally up to you. But this is a great way to make money from home, especially now during this pandemic because so many people are at home. The increase in demand for teachers have drastically increased. So I highly recommend to check these out if you fit the requirements that I just mentioned. A couple of other companies that are hiring right now that you may have heard of are companies like Shipt and Instacart. Now these are grocery delivery services that you can either do two things. You have the option to shop for other people, grocery shop for people, and deliver the groceries, or you could just be known as a shopper, where you just do the shopping for other people and then they come and pick up their groceries. I use this service all the time because I'm currently pregnant and I have 2 small kids, and it just is too much, especially right now during this time, to go grocery shopping. And I always tip very well to whoever who's doing my shopping for me. But I use the shopper option where I just have someone shop for me and then I'll go pick up the groceries and they put the groceries in my car, and we don't touch or anything, and this is a safe way to stay safe and get my groceries. So if you're interested in doing something like this, you can make it's easy money. And you can make $100 or more per day on your own schedule, on your own terms. You choose it all. And this is just this is a nice way to make some easy, quick money that you get paid for every week. So I have the companies that I'm going to put in the description below where you can apply to work for Instacart and Shipt, and some other companies like Amazon Prime. Depending on where you live, you can be a truck driver for Amazon and deliver packages. Or you can definitely consider companies like DoorDash, where you deliver food. And I have a list of all these companies that I'm going to put below on the best driving companies that are hiring now. Now I want to give you some bonus tips on how you can make extra money from home during this pandemic that you may have never even considered. Like research studies. So you can sign up for research studies and do them in the comfort of your own home and make up to $400. Now the only companies that I recommend are Respondent and User Interviews. You can also get paid to test apps and websites. So companies need feedback on their user experience and they'll pay you to get it. So companies like User Testing and UserFeel are like the liaison between the company and the user experience, people like yourself. Now User Testing pays up to $60 per test and UserFeel pays up to $10 per test. But these tests only take like 10 to 15 minutes. and you voice out your opinion out loud on your phone, and then you just talk about the user experience, and then you submit your thoughts, and then you get paid. So this is just a quick, easy way to make money that I recommend you try out, especially if you're just looking for ways to make more money. So that's it. Those are the companies that are always hiring, and then some little bonus tips that I have for you. If you like this video, I would love it if you would go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications because I'm going to do a lot more videos on how to make money from home, how I do it, and how you can do it too. All right, this is Whitney, and I'm saying see you later. Thanks for joining this video. Bye.